Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'm going to be talking about the tough choices about Social Security. Yeah. So, to give a little bit of background, the whole Social Security thing started in the 1930s. And so Social Security is a program in which funds get sent in, usually taxes, and then retirees get benefits from this fund, basically. And so it allowed people to retire but not have to worry about running out of money. And it's pretty good. It's pretty important. The problem is that nowadays you have a lot more people who are alive. And so you're going to have a lot more people who are going to retire. So our retirees from 20 years ago are much less than our retirees now. So then the question is, how do we continue to fund the Social Security program if we're not going to have enough money to go around, basically, to continue doing this? Because you're not going to have a good ratio between worker and retiree so that you can get a good flow of money going into the Social Security program. You don't want us getting more money filtered into the Social Security program than money that we're actually getting, because then we're just losing money. So a lot of people, what they want to do, a lot of people want to raise the tax for the richer population of workers for the Social Security program. So then the richer population is paying a larger portion than the poorer population of workers, and so there you might get some more money, and it doesn't affect the poor worker as much because they don't have to pay such a large tax just to go into the Social Security program. Another one is to cut benefits from the actual program. So maybe, they don't get as much cash. Maybe they don't get all the benefits, kind of like divide it up equally so that each of the retirees get just a small amount, not as big as before, just so they have like a safety net kind of. Another thing that people think is important is just raising the retirement age. The only problem is that, yes, you're going to have less people who are going to go in at a particular time, but all those people who would have been retirees are now going to be retirees just a few years later. So I personally think that may not work so well, because though now these people aren't retirees, you're going to have a group of people who are just going in later. And you can argue that the people who were in might pass away before the other people go in, but recently the American life expectancy has been going like very high. I mean, it's just been growing recently, and we just keep breaking the record for the oldest person on the planet as well. So I don't think that that's the best thing that you could do. Other people say that investing funds that go into the Social Security program, into the stock market, could actually, if you do it correctly, you could actually bring up the tax that goes in gets multiplied. I guess not multiplied, but you get some more of it, and then it goes into the program. So it kind of filters through the stock market, and so then you would get more money. But the dangers of that, the risk of that, is that if for some reason it goes down, the stock market goes down or something, then you're going to get less money. That filter is going to decrease the amount of money that you're getting into the Social Security program. You're going to lose money. So though that would help, you would get more money. You have to outweigh the risks, kind of. You gotta figure out just what's going on. Another option is just, having the retirees themselves just putting their Social Security funds straight into the stock market. So considering all of these different things, I think there's not going to be a specific solution that you go to that it's going to work 100%. It definitely needs reform. But I don't think it should be completely removed. I mean, it's there. It's good that it's there because a lot of times there are retirees who don't have a younger family who can support them. It's difficult to say if there's like a specific solution for it. I think of the things I said, I think that the best thing you can do is cut the benefits. You don't have to like reduce it by like a ton. You really have to outweigh all of these things. I don't think that raising the taxes for the richer population is necessarily a good idea because though it seems promising because you know that those people can afford it, in reality, it have to be on a case-by-case basis, and that's really difficult to do, to, go to each of the richer population and know who is in a financially good place. I think in reality, it's just too difficult, and you never know the person's situation. I mean, maybe they have a higher pay, but you never know what's going on in their life, and you don't have the equal tax for everyone, which I personally think is kind of what the United States stands for. It's really difficult to fine-tune this. You'd need a little bit of everything. So I think, yes, raising the retirement age is a good idea because it'll be at least a temporary fix until we can figure out what to do. So I think that raising the retirement age is a good idea. But I don't think that we should raise the tax for the richer population. But I do think we should cut benefits for retirees. And we don't have to do it specifically. I mean, what people are saying is it's cutting benefits for retirees who don't need much funding. It doesn't have to be like that. You can just kind of decrease it by a amount for everyone. Just reducing it by a little bit is going to help too. The stock market, though it's kind of risky, I think that if you let the retirees themselves invest their funds, then you'll be able to cut the benefits because then they go and they invest in the company that they think will get them more money, get them more funds. I think that the real problem here isn't just figuring out what to do with the money, but it's also the fact that the current workers right now are paying a certain amount of taxes for the Social Security program. And it doesn't feel right when you're paying for a program, you're told you're going to get that program, but then you go into it and you don't get the benefits that the people before you got. And I see how that's difficult. So it's kind of a fight between the younger generation and the older generation. I think it's really important that everyone, if you have any ideas of something that could just, I guess, bring it up, try to make a change, do your best to do it, because we're just trying to figure it out. Again, a lot of these suggestions, they're good suggestions, but they're only going to be temporary fixes. It's not going to work forever. So, new ideas are extremely welcome.